Hi, everybody. We are inside McKinley High School in Buffalo. I'm Kelsey Anderson.
And I'm Dave Graber.
We are with Gina Turbat. We are talking Women in Construction Week. I love this. The week starts now. So Gina is here at McKinley trying to rally the forces, maybe get some young women interested in the construction scene. Gina, how many students are you talking to today, and what does today look like?
We have 15 to 25 students. We are in a partnership with McKinley for 2 years. This is our second year. We meet with them every month. We mentor them. We encourage them. We get sponsors to pay their student membership in the National Association of Women in Construction, so they have a broader sisterhood to lean on. We try to get them into internships, jobs, whatever they need to know about construction. We are their people.
Fantastic. Gina, you are a representative of ARC. Could you tell us what you do for ARC and what ARC is, how they provide that service to the community?
ARC is the construction manager in Western New York. We are part of the team building the new stadium. We are the construction manager taking down the old stadium. So I work in pre-construction. So I do bid proposals, owner agreements, subcontracts, insurance, risk management to get the project off the ground and into field ops.
The tremendous amount of work that needs to be done before, in the case of Highmark Stadium, that wrecking ball starts to swing. And really, that's the most important part, because like building a house, it's the foundation of getting a project done that's important, right?
Exactly, and our pre-con team is absolutely fabulous. My boss is the most amazing mentor I've ever had, and he's probably going to yell at me for saying that with that ears, but that's okay, he knows it.
Did you have many mentors that were women? And how many people around you in this industry are women?
ARC has 30% women in our company. In construction, 5% of women are in the trades. I'm considered construction adjacent because I'm not in the field. So there is a difference. Accountants, project accountants are construction adjacent. They're not actually building the things, but we are all one sisterhood. Our president, Marie, is over here from our chapter. We are 5 years strong. Our founding member, Jillian Pekin, started the Buffalo chapter 5 years ago. She's now the Northeast director, and she's running for presidency of the national organization this year. So we are so excited that we have a hometown leader going to national.
Amazing.
You guys, you're talking about getting more women into the construction industry. The construction industry is one of those sort of invincible ones that there's always work. Look around Western New York. There are so many construction projects, big and small, road and building and business and otherwise. Is it hard locally for women to get into this industry, despite the fact that there's apparently a lot of work?
It's a lot easier than it was 40 years ago when
Great.
I started.
That's good.
And, I was the only woman in the room.
Wow.
My first job wasn't even in construction, but I had a male boss who said, I'm going to teach you everything. And I quit school because of Eli Tubbs, because I love doing business admin. I worked for Kent and Harry Fry, and Arlene Fry was right up there. She was my mentor when I started out in construction. I worked for a company that believed in telecommuting long before it became popular. In 2000, I didn't know my boss face to face for the first 3 years I worked for him.
Wow.
And now at ARC, they have allowed me to take my career. I started as a pre-construction admin, and now I'm a support specialist. And the career growth that they have allowed me is incredible. More importantly, ARC just doesn't say they support the community. They have supported anything any employee wants to do. A couple of years ago, I donated money to Western New York Heroes and sponsored a service dog, and ARC kicked right up in on that and did an office-wide donation. We filled 4 of their trucks.
A lot of support.
Wow, that's amazing. These are the jobs that will not get taken over by AI,
True.
by the way.
At least
and
not
these
now.
are the jobs that we want more women involved in. Lastly, before we get to talk to some students, we know the Bills are here as well,
Yes,
doing a
the
special
students don't know
presentation.
that. We always teach the girls in our mentoring sessions, if you don't ask, the answer's automatically no, so you should always ask.
Always ask, that's important.
And after our February session, they asked, since the stadium's coming down, could we have a piece of the stadium? And I asked. And so their surprise guests are 3 representatives from the Buffalo Bills, and they have a surprise for the students for the school.
Okay, that is quite the tease. We'll
Very
have
cool.
that coming up. But really quickly, what do you have going on this week for Women in Construction Week here in this area?
Monday, we are volunteering our time at the Tool Library. which is a library for tools. If you're not familiar with it, you should be. You can pay a membership. I got my sister-in-law one, and she can go and rent the tools that she doesn't have to buy for her house projects. It's a fabulous organization. Tuesday is our coffee hour at Birchfield Penny. It's free and open to the public. You can register on our Buffalo Niagara NAWIC website just so we have a head count. We will have, last year we had 250 people there. We filled Birchfield. We're hoping to do it again. It's great networking. The students from McKinley will be at that event as well. Wednesday is Girls in the Trades Day at Danforth, and they put on an all-day program for the girls from BOCES who are in the trades. Thursday, the stadium's up again. The Gilbane Turner Group, who's running the stadium, is doing a women's lunch and learn luncheon, followed by our NAWIC chapter meeting. And then Friday, Rodriguez Construction, the Chase, is doing a big tour for some students from Depew and Cheektowaga schools, girls in the trades, and touring the Northland Complex.
Awesome. Okay, a lot going
Busy
on
week.
throughout this entire week. Coming up, we'll have that surprise for these students here at McKinley High School.
So excited that you guys are so enthusiastic about what you're doing here. I mean, these are awesome. To have this as a resource in school is amazing. But just like Penny said, the reason we have these abilities here to be in the construction field is because of women who came before us, who were brave and strong and smart and capable, and they paved the way for us to even have these opportunities. So the fact that you're here and carrying on that torch, I love it. This is what makes us so happy. We have fantastic careers, and there's a lot to be done in the field of construction. You know, there's always building. Building is happening all the time, and there's some really cool adjacent industries that touch construction. You can have a fantastic career doing this. It's really exciting work. And I just love your enthusiasm in introducing yourselves and hearing, your pride and like, I'm electrical. Like, that's awesome. I love it. It's so great. We're happy to be here and support you guys and celebrate women in construction.
I would just add that you guys are so proud introducing yourselves. We're even more proud watching you introduce yourselves. Nikki mentioned there's so many opportunities in construction, and specifically for women in construction, and seeing it through the Bills Project, it's awesome. I can't wait to see where you all are in 5 to 10 years from now working in construction, and it's just awesome to watch and learn about you guys here today.
So on behalf of the Buffalo Bills, as we closed out one stadium, we wanted to present a gift to you all to show as a reminder of, one, the unity of this great community and what you all are aspiring to go into. This flag actually hung up in the current Highmark Stadium, and this has been up there for generations. And we want to present it to you wonderful students here at McKinley as just a reminder and a token to just remind you, yes, you can. And as you drive by the new stadium, just remember this flag hung in the old one, and that you have opportunities in the new one. Thank you all so very much for having us.
All right, you just saw that flag presentation. Very cool for these students here at McKinley High School. That flag flew at the current Highmark Stadium that we actually just said goodbye to.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit tattered because that thing was in use and now will hang in this construction loft, which we are very impressed by at McKinley High.
This is not your typical wood shop, I can assure you. And we've asked just about everybody in this school if they've ever seen anything like this outside of McKinley, and really nothing like this exists. This is incredibly impressive. And as you can see, these students have been busy. They typically build at least one house per school year. In years past, they've built 2. But the idea is that the students drive this project. The teachers help the students learn, the students take that knowledge, and they literally bang it out into this house. So let's talk to a couple of folks who are involved in this as Dan comes up. And it's really an impressive, I mean, the building, of course, and the space in and of itself is impressive. But just looking at this construction, and Kels, you know about construction, your dad is a contractor. This looks like quality work.
Wendell would be like, Kels knows nothing about construction. But I was on the site for many years.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a wonderful painter, I'll say that, and urethaner. Okay, so Hillary, what are we working on right now? At the end of the school year, someone will actually bid on this house, and it will get shipped off, and it will be a hunting cabin. It will be a mother-in-law suite. It will be something. Explain what this is and where we're at in the process.
Sure. We have a wonderful industry partner here at McKinley with Construction Exchange. They're Their educational foundation actually funds this cabin building project every year. The students take the supplies that the foundation provides us. They build the cabin. It's auctioned off at the end of every school year. And then the funds on the auction go right back into the program. So it's a wonderful sustaining program for our students where they get to learn and actually build a cabin that is auctioned off to the community. So it's a great program for us.
Such a cool program. I'm curious, has it gotten more difficult in just the past year or two? Because all of these materials, as we know, are super expensive. I imagine there probably was a jump from a couple of years ago to maybe just this year. Was there a difference?
Scott, did you?
So
Scott will know more about that.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate to get the materials and not over exceed their costs.
Nice.
So it's been really working out with us very well. Home Depot is a majority supplier. Construction Exchange of Western New York takes care of all of us and makes sure that we're able to get everything we need for the whole project, whether it's more nails, more lumber, windows, roofing, everything.
And it just occurred to me, it behooves those construction companies and Home Depot and others to fund these projects because they're literally funding their next workforce, right?
Absolutely. That's exactly what the goal of McKinley High School is, setting up for our next generation of the workforce that's going to go out there. And it's not just like we have our girls here today, but it's everybody. Even myself, I'm an alumni of the school. I worked in the trades for years and then got the opportunity to come back and teach at McKinley, which was my dream job at this point, and I love it. And the best part is watching our kids going out and become successful in the trades. So we have been told that on the stadium project, there's at least a dozen McKinley alumni there. I know for a fact there's at least a dozen. My nephew is a McKinley graduate. He's out there working. So it just shows you we're everywhere in Western New York on our construction sites. McKinley represents everywhere we go.
I love that. And I love your pride
love
for
it.
the
Yes.
Go Mavs.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It is fantastic.
That's rare,
About-
man.
I'm very excited about not only teaching, but McKinley High School. I love this place.
That's
It's
awesome.
It's been great.
And this, we asked you,
that's awesome.
you graduated a little while ago.
Yeah, a little while ago.
You graduated and you said this was this space the entire time. For decades, this has been built, this was built for using construction. We were like, oh, this must have been an old gym. You're like, no, this was what this
It was
was.
built for a carpentry loft. All our shops are built and designed for what they're used for today.
All right. Well, I think maybe we saw a little too much man. This is about women in construction. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's talk to some of the students.
Yeah.
We have some of these female students who are super eager. They are going to be working on this project very soon if they're not already.
Yeah.
So let's go around and introduce everybody here. We'll start with you, Amaya.
Hi.
Explain who you are.
Hi,
If
my name's Amaya Jones. I am a senior at McKinley High School, and the trade I am in is electrical.
So cool. So Maya, when you get to the point, eventually this will be fully framed, and then your job will be to do what?
Just to wire the place up, put the three-way switch and the outlets and stuff like that.
Now, you say it very nonchalant, like that's no big deal, but here you are saying, my job is going to be to wire this house. How cool is it that you have the capability of knowing how to do something? Because I don't know how to do that. You know how to do that. How cool is that?
It's really fun to me. I don't know. It's really cool.
I love it.
Yes.
It's great.
All right, let's go down the list here.
about you? What are you up
Explain
to?
who you are and your grade level and what you're working in.
Hi, I'm Kimura. I'm also in electrical with Amaya. I'm a senior. So, what's the question again?
Just what you guys do once this thing is all framed. Amaya was saying then she'll be up and she'll start. What are the things that you guys are most excited to be doing?
Honestly, I'm just ready to start wiring the entire house because right now we've just been practicing for when we actually come in here and work on it. But it's been really fun just trying to learn the basics of wiring like a kitchen or even like a one-bedroom house, you know?
What are some of the things you have learned, like how to read a blueprint, Amaya was saying earlier? What other things have you gone through?
Like Amaya said, we learned how to read a blueprint. We also just did an estimating project to see how much it actually costs to wire a house. I think it's like a basic apartment, I think. We're also learning how to put up panels and just, basic stuff.
It's amazing.
The skills you guys are picking up it's so cool that you have the ability to, like you just said, wire a kitchen. They're saying it so nonchalantly. I'm so impressed. I'm terrified to even switch out an electrical switch at my house, and here we're talking about wiring whole kitchens. How long does it take that whole process? When everything is done, when do you guys actually step in here?
I think, when do we we actually slept in here? Because I really don't know.
We're not totally sure on it
The
right
teacher
now.
behind them is saying April/May.
Got it.
Okay, April/May. We just haven't like been in here, so we really don't know.
Yes.
And yeah, we're just waiting until we can come in and actually do what we need to do. But it doesn't take that long. When we did it during the practice, it honestly, maybe because it was me, it took like a few days.
Yeah?
It's not that hard.
It's impressive. Not that hard.
it's hard.
We have one
It's
more
hard.
student here as
You're
well
good.
to introduce. Just say your name, what grade you are, and what your practice is.
My name is Jane Howard. I'm in 11th grade and I'm in carpentry.
Carpentry. Okay.
awesome.
So this would be your step because if you're a junior, a lot of the seniors are doing this carpentry. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what drew you to carpentry? Because a lot of the other female students we talked to were into the electrician type work.
What drew me into carpentry is like when I was like a little kid and like just like riding past construction sites, it just made me like very interested in like building stuff and just like I just always wanted to build something.
Use your hands.
Working
yeah.
with your hands, so important. I mean, I imagine before you got into McKinley, and like you said, you grew up sort of looking at construction sites and wanting to be a part of them. When you got to high school, how was it? How did your world open up that you were suddenly all of a sudden learning the stuff that you really wanted to be a part of?
That's a great question.
Well, I mean, like all of a sudden you want to get into an industry, and here you are. You're learning how to get into that industry. That's like a lifelong desire that's being fulfilled. In other words.
Yeah, it feels honestly amazing. Like carpentry, we do a lot of things. They just like they teach us how to like measure and stuff. Like, cause some people like they just like, of course, didn't know how to measure at first or like read a scale, and like that's what my teacher is teaching us right now.
Reading a tape measure, that is not something everybody can do, by the way, so that's impressive.
Measure
And then
twice, cut once, right?
all of the tools in here is super impressive. I mean, my dad would walk in here and be like, this is my playground. Explain some of the other tools that you guys get to use, you girls get to use throughout the year.
We use a cutting saw to cut our wood.
What's your favorite?
The cutting saw.
The cutting
Yeah,
saw is,
it is.
clearly a favorite. We can go back and talk to the teachers, too, about
great.
some of
Thank you,
those
guys.
tools. Thank you so much. You
Appreciate it,
are
ladies.
our future, and I love that this is what you're interested in.
Well, I'm curious if any of them have anything to say about like the fact that here we are on a day celebrating women in this industry. You guys are the beginnings, the next generation of women in this industry. Do any of you have any like thoughts on that? Like, hey, I'm doing this. Here I am. We're a bunch of young women. We've got young women and other women around here who are acting as, kind of the people who have paved the way before you, right? Anybody have any thoughts on those?
It's kind of nerve-wracking because it really is a huge step to just step into a field like this. But it is really nice to have other women here to support us and help us and guide us to be better.
That's great.
It's great.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Having a trailblazer is helpful.
It's
for
so
sure.
important.
All right, let's talk a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So explain how you got involved in this program as a whole, and if others might be interested, that sort of thing, how
Yeah.
exciting this has been for you.
Did you know what they were there saying? About NAWIC?
NAWIC. Yes, it's very cool. Well, I'm so sorry. Hold on.
No, you're
Call me
good.
off.
You're totally good. So this organization is kind of helping to facilitate and provide the support that you guys need, right? I mean, because your teachers are incredible. You've got people from the community coming in. They are obviously the industry experts. You have a lot of support, and the group that we're talking about is just another one of those supports, right?
Yes. So it's really cool to go to NAWIC. They teach us more about it and pushing us to go forward in our future. And I don't really know. I really like it, and I'm glad that I met the people to continue to talk about the trades that we're in.
Do you guys feel, as seniors, and you're a junior, so you've got another year, enjoy it, by the way. Do you guys feel, here we are coming up on graduation, we've surpassed that, halfway through the year, you're now on that down slope. I remember counting those days, but I also was counting those days to go on to higher education, to college. Are you all going on to college, or are you going into a trade, and if so, You must feel pretty good about that because you're building a house and wiring a house.
So I'm going to trade school at Fred State, and yes.
And do you feel more prepared because you're in this kind of environment,
Yes,
right?
I do feel prepared, actually. I'm ready.
She's asking about a scholarship, I think. Yeah.
Right after break.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. There's lots of opportunities for support there.
Lots of
Yeah.
opportunities. All right, let's talk to the
Yep.
teachers really quickly about what is all involved in this workshop here. What are some of the tools we see? We talked about some of the products from Home Depot. Explain everything that you guys are teaching. We mentioned measuring a tape measure, or like learning how to use a tape measure.
It goes well beyond that.
Yeah.
Learning how to use a tape measure. These kids are using power tools.
Yeah.
The stuff that you hear jokes about, losing fingers and stuff like that. We don't do that because we teach the kids safety. That's priority number one. Safety glasses. When our kids go onto construction sites because they know hard hats, safety glasses, work boots, things of that nature. And when they are working with the power tools like the compound miter saws, it is always about making sure the process is correct before anybody gets hurt, making sure everything's safe. And it goes not just for the carpentry program, the electrical program, working, making sure there's no power before we're wiring, and the HVAC program, making sure that the shear is set and ready to go before we use it. And over in the plumbing shop, which is kind of uses a little bit of everything, it seems like, same thing. It's always about safety. So regardless of what tool we're using, it's all about safety first. And we use everything that the industry is out there using. There's nothing small or childish about what we do. This is a true adult construction world that we're working in here.
And getting them involved at such a young age is just putting them in a better position to go and get a job down the road. You already mentioned a dozen, at least, McKinley grads are working on that new stadium, and
That's
I'm sure
awesome.
many more elsewhere in the industry as well. Have you seen any women specifically go on from here and seen success from the NAWIC program and the McKinley High program as well?
Yeah, absolutely. NAWIC has been such a huge beneficial.
And explain what NAWIC is one
Absolutely.
more time.
NAWIC has been such a huge beneficial program for our students. It's an organization that's come in the last few years and worked with our young ladies in construction. It's the National Association of Women in Construction, specifically the chapter here in Buffalo and Niagara. They've been so wonderful with our girls. They have taken us on many active construction sites. They come in and do mentorings and luncheons with the girls throughout the year, which are really wonderful for them to participate in. And it's, they take us to networking opportunities. So it's just something special for the young women of the programs, because you know how the construction world is a male-dominated world. And we have all of our young ladies in our programs. Sometimes they're the only young woman in their class. There might be one or two. But when we bring them together as a NAWIC group, then they find a community with each other and get to know each other, and just get that special opportunity that's just for them when they're otherwise sometimes the only one in the class. So it's been really great.
It's awesome. All right.
Really successful. I mean, you just look at it. The proof is in the pudding. It's around us. We're standing in it.
It's very cool.
Pretty cool.
We're told this house will be done around April, May, and then someone again will buy this. And then there are these massive doors that they lead the house on, put it on a truck, and then dump it in somebody's yard, whoever bought this. So this
So
is
cool.
just a really cool project. I'm hoping to come back when this is
I think we
done
should.
to show all of the hard work that these women put into the electrical, the HVAC, and everything else.
Very cool.
All right, thank you for watching. We will put more information about Women in Construction
Definitely.
Week
Yep.
and those events on our website, wivb.com, but we will see you tomorrow.